Yes, everyone, I've been so excited for this video. We're back with the podcast and we're here today at Sam's. We're gonna film a podcast in the back restaurant with the man himself, Jon The Food Don. I'm really interested to have a chat with him in depth on a podcast about his journey, his content, fried chicken, the London food scene. But for now, Callum, let's, look at this, look. We've got all the podcast gear in here. No production team around here, mate. We've got to go and do it all ourselves, haven't we, bruv?
Always.
Let's get it. Yes, John.
Mr. Matt.
We're here. Thanks for having us, my friend.
Thank you for coming.
This is an iconic backdrop. We're in a Sam's Chicken, North London. Where are we, Hendon?
We're in Hendon, baby.
Come on. Now, Pug Shoots, hello, mate.
Hello.
That is a very Christmassy coffee cup you've got there.
Can't be a bit of Costa.
Yeah, Costa.
Cheap plug.
Bless up. Yeah, here we go. Now, Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
Those people that don't know who you are, let's rewind. Where did it all start? Where are you from? Tell us about your upbringing, because I think you've got a wicked story to tell, particularly leading into this content creator world we're living in now.
So, it started in a jolly place called Roehampton, the second largest council estate in the UK. My mother was a catering manager. So being half Middle Eastern and factoring in her job, food was at the epicenter of, my life. In fact, food was my life. Was a bit of a bad boy. Wasn't the most squeaky clean in the world, but I decided one day, do you know what? I've had enough of this. Let me go down the right path. Entered into the world of sales, business development, then left that. Was a facilities manager, then we got put into lockdown, right? And it was during lockdown, I didn't want to be one of the many that was complaining about, I've got nothing to do. So I, spent time on YouTube just learning things like, how to take a good picture, because I was already doing food blogging as a hobby.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see what I could do with it and go from there. So that's how it all began, lockdown.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming it snowballed pretty quickly from there.
You would like to think so. I started life on Instagram using the same sort of character. And for some reason that just did not resonate with the Instagram audience whatsoever. I climbed to 5,000 followers pretty quickly. But then for the next 4 months, I just plateaued. But then I knew about TikTok because my cousin's younger daughter was using the platform. Yeah. And this was at a time when, the platform was garnered more towards kids. They were doing the miming, the dancing. But then I started to see the demo of, the end user evolve. And I studied the platform pretty hard. So understanding who's using it, Generation Z latched onto it like Gen X latched onto Instagram. So try to understand the psychology of, somebody who is Gen Z. With that deep work plus a lot of luck, I launched my first TikTok video and off to the races I went.
You've got a pretty distinctive style. Talk to me about that. I mean, did that evolve over the course of a few videos? Because you walk in now and you're scanning the menu, you're talking to someone, you know what you're getting. It's becoming this legendary rhythmical, it's like a rhythmical dance.
So, considering that I came from a urban background, let's just say, I understood that, the way that I communicated on TikTok had to be in that style with the volume turned way up. Because I think what a lot of people who first started using TikTok from Instagram didn't grasp is that this is entertainment. Mm-hmm. It's not like Instagram. Instagram is showcasing and everything looks pretty and everything looks nice. Where with TikTok, you've got to entertain. If you don't entertain, you're gonna sink. And I just was like, right, let me use, my lingo from the past, turn the volume way up. And I had a bit of a format, but it was only over time that format began to develop into something. So Leng Leng, for example.
Yeah, you got some mad catchphrases.
Mate, that was a happy accident. Because
I've even started using some of your shit.
It's only right, mate.
Yeah, I've started dashing my rubbish. I've started,
trashing the rubbish.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Mate, I swear to God, I'm going to start taking some of yours, mate. Trust me. But it was just a happy accident. So for me, it was, I thought it was really important that when you do the voiceover, because I wanted to create a bit of a mystique, right? So I looked at my reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
If you don't know me, you would think, oh, he's a respectable young man, youngish man. But then you're hearing the voice before you see my face.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden you're like, shit, is this guy actually narrating this, or has he got somebody else to do it? So that was
There's an air of mystique about it, for sure.
Absolutely. But like I said, I found it very important that you do the voiceover in one take, and so it just sounds as authentic as possible. So that's literally, I went in there with a bit of a formula. Over time, it just, I started scanning the menu, checking if cleanliness was an issue, and it seemed to, it just seemed to be the winning formula, so I ran with it.
So, how long does it take you to do a voiceover, would you say?
Oh my God. Right, so it can take me as little as 15 minutes and as long as an hour to do a voiceover.
Yeah, but that's like a 30-second voiceover there, right? Or
1 minute,
like
max, 1 minute. So I go in there with absolutely nothing written down. I just remember my experience. Chances are I've gone there on the day. I'm doing the voiceover on the day, but I just want to make sure that I've hit every single point. And my voiceovers are I can make a mistake. Oh shit, I have to start again. That's the peril of doing it in one. But the end result is the very best. You're not going to get when you stop.
For sure. We're operating in a live shop here, by the way, and I defo caught mad eye contact with that geezer on the way out there, and it was like, see you, mate, sorry about that.
It's got to be a first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Live podcast.
What do you think, people watching it? I think this is kind of cool, doing it in a live shop. And Sam's too.
Do you know what? I mean, look, a bit of a backstory with Sam's, okay? So
this is good. You tell us about this. This is a mad little story.
This is the thing, right? So people seem to think, oh, you just, you suck at the teat of Sam's because, you work for them. Well, look, let's get it right. I was a fan of Sam's since I was 12 years old, okay? I should have
that's
been,
amazing.
Mate, 12. Like, let's get it right. Almost quarter of a century. And I should have been a staunch Morley's fan, being from South London. When I used to go to Morley's, and it's not me just pooing on them, this is just, again, an honest, sharing of experience. The wings were too spicy for me when I was that age, right? And, the burger, I used to love a burger. So if you didn't have mold on the bun, it was a good day. It was a really good day, right?
Shots fired.
Yeah, no, it's not. I swear, I'm being honest.
If you didn't have mold.
If you didn't have mold, you just knew.
Rejoice.
Like, yeah, mate, listen, get on your knees and fucking thank God. But yeah, so I stumbled across the Sam's. One of my friends introduced me. So we went to an after-school thing at his school. We then went to Sam's. It was the 2 for 2, 2 strip burger, 2 chips, £2. Then 3 wings for 99p. Bro, I'm being fed for £2.99.
Yeah, that's mad.
And the food was banging. It was banging. So I literally got into fights with my friends. So some were Colonel fans, some were Morley's fans, and then there was me, the Lone Ranger, the Sam's fan, right?
Yeah.
And that's where my love affair began at 12 years old. And when I started doing the food blogging on Instagram, one of the first posts was Sam's.
Yeah.
I went there as a customer,
Yeah.
And now, due to my TikTok and due to the successes of those videos, I now work for Sam's.
That's cool.
Imagine that.
You've obviously got a flair for social media and stuff. So what is the actual job? Are you like an ambassador for Sam's now?
So my job function with Sam's is social media and marketing manager.
Oh, how good is that? You can through your hobby, you've landed yourself a career now, a job that, you're obviously got a talent and a flair with.
Mate, through my passion.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's why people like you, maybe me, we stand out, because what we do it because it's a passion. We don't do it, it's nothing worse than somebody doing something because they feel they have to. It doesn't connect with, your prospective audience. So yeah, man, look, it's privilege and pleasure. I'll always say
sick.
that.
One question I've got for you, bro, is that you're obviously, this is an interesting one. You obviously love your fried chicken. Obviously.
Yep.
But on a mad level, the same way I love the kebabs and my food. Where did the knowledge and stuff come from in terms of spices, your flavors? Is that literally just years of product testing, where you've started to build up a dictionary in your head of what's hot and what's not? Because you're quite, speaking to you off camera, sorry to interrupt, John.
No.
You're very knowledgeable about the crisp, the coating, what's gone into it. You can tell you're very, very knowledgeable in your craft. And I think you're a bit of a performer on TikTok, but you are very knowledgeable about what you do, which is interesting. So where did that come from?
That literally came from watching my mum cook in the kitchen. And also, like you said, man, years of fucking product testing. Being able to tell the difference between if they use corn flour or what's the other one they traditionally use? Corn flour or starch. Yep, thank you. What sort of seasoning they use, because again, being half Middle Eastern, we use a range of different seasonings, so you're able to identify what has been used. And you go to Morley's, right? You can taste that strong black pepper, cayenne pepper, salt kick. You come to Sam's, you've got that strong, cayenne pepper with a bit of other things. I can't say what.
Oh, secrets.
I thought you were about to drop the secret squirrel then, bruv.
Can't do that.
Dude,
yeah.
that would have been a hell of a slip up.
Mate, I probably, I would
11 secret herbs and spices.
Sacked on the spot. But yeah, no, it was literally just, watching my mum in the kitchen, cooking myself, because I love fried chicken, so I was cooking fried chicken myself, and just years of product testing.
Yeah, cool. So that leads on to probably another great point. For you, obviously, what makes an amazing chicken shop? Give everyone at home something to talk about in terms of what should they be looking for when they're rocking up to places, and what differentiates other than just the basics.
Right, the first thing that you should look out for is the customer area, right? Is the customer area, clean? Look, chicken shops are going to be really busy, so, staff can't get or keep on top of, a
little bit rough and ready.
Yeah, a little bit.
Comes with the territory.
But you can see.
You want it to be clean, though, right?
No, you want it to be clean. You got to, I swear to God, the first thing I look out for is grime. Not just a bit of dirt and a bit. I want to see, if I see grime, I know.
Like a build-up.
Absolutely. It's been there for ages, right? But that's number one. Number two, if you walk into an establishment and you see loads of chicken in the hot holding area, they're not rotating their food, right? So you don't know how long it's been there. It's only after you've taken your first bite that you can go, yeah, shit, it's been there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, okay? If you don't see a lot of food in the hot holding area, the chef knows their workflow, and the food you're about to receive is pretty fresh.
So you don't want to see a lot of chicken ready to go?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, you don't. Because again, a good chef at a chicken shop, and I will call them chefs because they are chefs, right?
Come on.
They know their workflow.
We've got you. We've got you, people.
Listen, don't ever besmirch the chef at your local boss man chicken shop, man. He's the one rustling up them goodies for you, bro. Show him love.
It is an art, bruv.
No, it is.
The ones that don't take it in art, these are the shithouse places where it's all greasy and wet and like you're talking about.
And that's because a lot of chicken shops, so 80% of chicken shops here in the UK, right, serve you pre-made frozen chicken that they just fry in store, right? They use very generic breading from fucking JJ's or, there isn't like a centralized distribution center that, they just basically order from a distributor if they bread in store, or they just get it frozen, okay? And that's why I love Sam's. They marinate, they bread, they obviously cook everything in store, but the most important thing is they have very strict holding times, right? So no food will be left in a hot holding area for any longer than an hour, hour and a half max.
That's good to know.
Yeah, man. So,
and it's all kept at temperature as well. So it's
absolutely.
Yeah,
75 degrees, baby. But yeah, look, that's how you can tell, man. If you see loads of food in the hot holding area, and you can see grime rather than just general wear and tear, then you're going to be in for a bad day.
Sometimes, though, don't you think for the price point, it doesn't matter if it's a bit shit? I know you're a bit critical because you are the chicken shop.
That's a good question.
But
yeah, it is.
If you're getting wings for $2.99 with chips and everything together, do you not think sometimes it's all right for them to be a bit shit?
Yeah, because again, look,
Is it all right for them to be a bit shit?
But for that price point, it can be a bit shit, surely.
Look, is your expectations a bit too high sometimes?
Yeah, you're used to Sam's, you're used to the top.
So look, I went to PFC in Finsbury Park, right? And I got a fillet burger, chips, and I think 3 wings for £3.
Yeah.
Right? And I knew it was questionable if it was fucking chicken. You know what I mean? But it tasted good. Now, for me, mate, I swear to God, I saw pigeon bones on the floor outside the shop. I'm like, yeah, this is what it is. You know, I'm joking. But yeah, no, like, so, but you could tell the fillet was cooked from frozen, so were the wings, but it tasted good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think for me, where I'm super critical is when I know I can taste, it's just been left in a hot holding area for hours, because it shows the cook is lazy, and the shop don't give a shit. They don't care about the product that they're serving you, the customer.
Yeah.
And that's where my critique
I
comes
think
in.
it does. I think my point of view. I think you've got a good point there, Callum, about expectation levels. But at the same time, if you are gonna sell someone a product, you want it to be at least slightly on point.
Absolutely.
If you're taking someone's money, do it right.
I mean, look, I couldn't agree more, because look, we're living in a time now where even going to your local Bossman chicken shop is a treat, right?
Yeah.
And the cost of everything is going up. As a result, the businesses can't sustain.
The price of chicken has gone through the roof as well
Bro.
to suppliers. Have you seen this stuff in the news at the moment about
Yep.
the farmers? They reckon that chicken is going to be costing more than beef soon, because the hens are having to be kept in heated barns where the electricity price has gone through the roof, which is another topic I'd like to talk about later on. So the price of chicken is going through the roof. It's no longer going to be this cheap alternative.
This is it. I mean, when you're like, in the current climate, right, when you're still going somewhere and you're getting it for like, peanuts, like you were, pre, cost of living crisis, it's going to be frozen. So again, your level of expectation is lower than what my level of expectation is going to be lower. But then one of the big, complaints that, I see on social media now, because I manage the accounts for Sam's, is that we're expensive. I get that.
What, compared to other Bossman?
Yeah, of course. But this is the thing. It's like comparing a Ferrari to a Mini Cooper. We're serving you fresh food, man. It's prepared in store. It's not coming off a lorry, frozen, pre-packed, stuck in a fryer. And
you can't compare apples to apples. You're not comparing the same thing, are you?
No. Like I said, and what I want to try to do is I want to convey that message through our social media channels by basically saying, like, look, we are, proud of our heritage. We are a Bossman spot, but like we're premium. If you want that run of the mill, £1.99 for like a 27-piece bucket, don't come to Sam's.
Do you know what? I'll say this as well. I'm not on the Sam's payroll, and this is not a paid gig or anything like that. I think you can taste it, bro. The few times that I've been to Sam's, I wasn't brought up on it. I've had it in and around London. It's been on point, mate. It's been crispy. It's been tasty. It's been I think good value. And I'd rather pay that extra £2 or £3, knowing that it's good, rather than like a piece of shit that's really cheap. We had one the other day. It was disgusting, brother. Like, actually gives me the ick even talking about it.
Oh, was that the fake Chicken George?
Yeah, Chicken George. Yeah.
Chicken Forge.
Chicken Forge, yeah.
But
B-Tech, Chicken George. No, but my point is, I respect you guys, what you're doing at Sam's. I think it's good. It's good food. Really good. Like, I haven't had a bad experience yet.
Long may that continue.
Yeah.
But even before I started working for Sam's, you could see it on my TikTok. You could see it on my Instagram when I started doing this, 2.5 years ago now. I was an avid fan. And it wasn't because I was angling for something or anything like that. I was genuinely a fan, conveying my appreciation, conveying my passion for the brand that I grew up with. It has every single experience of mine at Sam's been great growing up from 12 to however old I am, because that's a closely guarded secret. No, of course not. Let's be honest. No. But
Get your guesses in the comments right now. How old is John?
Go on, mate. If you can get it, I will confirm it. I will confirm it. But like, it's like you can go to top end restaurants. Of course, you're gonna have some bad experiences. Like no one has a yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Come. Say hello, man. Come, yalla. Say hello.
You're the food don.
I am the food don, the one and only baby, the one and only baby.
There's no way. I love your content so much.
I appreciate you, bro. I
Bless up,
appreciate
bro.
you, man.
Enjoy your food. What did you go for?
I went for a chicken wrap.
You went for a
Chicken
chicken
wrap.
wrap.
Yeah, that's good.
Who's the best boss man in London, in your opinion?
Best boss man. No, I don't really eat out a lot.
Oh, you don't?
No.
But yet you come to
dived out on
Sam's.
that question.
Oh.
Sam's
Oh.
is way forward. It's good. The prices are nice and everything.
Yeah.
So I just like,
Bless up, bro.
Bro, I appreciate
Thank
you,
you, mate.
I appreciate you. See? Do you know what, right? I swear to God, when I first started doing TikTok, I just want to share this. When I first started doing TikTok, right, I was getting bare negative comments. And I used to revel in it because, what's his name? Cat Williams, right? In one of his stand-up comedy shows, he was like, listen, you know, we need haters. You know, like if you've got 10 haters, figure out a way to get 15, because if you've got haters, it means you're doing something successful. Yeah. And I've got nothing but like, oh, look at you, B-Tech chicken connoisseur.
Oh, I got that as well, bro.
Chicken connoisseur from Wish. And, so what are you doing, middle-aged man, talking like you're 16? Like, listen, at the end of the day, I was loving it. But now, every time I've not experienced, touch wood, God willing, I've not experienced any negativity. When anybody sees me...
It doesn't matter, man.
Bro, it's humbling, though.
Yeah. That's the nice experience, seeing people on the street like that. It's good.
Absolutely.
You're probably a big reason why he's here.
Mate, I'm the only reason why he's here.
Come on. All right, I've got a question for you. So, you are notoriously honest / a bit savage sometimes if it is terrible.
Yep.
Give us some. Have you had any backlash ever from some of these places? Come on, let's have some stories.
Never.
What?
Wow.
Never.
So none of the shops are coming back at you saying, you know, giving you like DMs, hate.
How can they? The content speaks for itself.
Yeah.
The content speaks for itself because I highlight everything, and that's where I think I don't get the backlash, is because look, mate, you can see it in the content. The place looks like a shithole. You know,
yeah, it's not like you've walked in and set it up, like you're not dashing rubbish around and making it look worse, is it?
That's it. You're
documenting your experience.
There we go, from start to finish, from A to Z. So they can't come back to me and say, oh, yeah, I think that was unfair. Well, no, it wasn't, because it's all in, you know, live and in living color. Do you know what I mean? And I think if I were to go into somewhere and not film everything and just film the food and say the food was shit, that's when I open up the Pandora's box, so to speak, for people to come in and go, oh, you're wrong, because food is subjective.
Yeah, you go in. You go in on a few places. I don't mind it.
No, mate, look.
I don't mind it. It's just, it's like a trading standard. You've got to keep it up. And
The one thing I'm noticing more and more now on Instagram, because Instagram for me has always been a slow burner, right? And this isn't a knock to anybody, right? You're going to follow what people, what trends. The presentation on Instagram was these bad and bougie places. Everything looked great. Everything looked amazing. You know, nothing was wrong. But like, I'm noticing more and more that my content is blowing because of my honesty. Where before everyone was saying everything was great and nothing wrong, blah, blah, blah. People are now, you know, going to these places on the back of these recommendations from, you know, other content creators. And they're like, well, my experience wasn't as great as you made it out to be. And I think that USP...
I hate getting those messages.
Oh, mate.
Because you're not responsible for any ounce of food that gets served after you leave that premises, regardless of how you get it. You're not responsible for that. That breaks my heart when someone goes somewhere and they get a terrible service and they kind of feel like you're responsible for them going there, and it's tough, isn't it?
I mean, for me, I've had it before. Like, I went there and I didn't like it, or it was bad, or blah. And I'm like, look, I can only talk about my experiences.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't talk about yours. You know,
opinions are opinions. Everyone's different.
But mate, food is subjective. Like, let's get it right.
Yeah.
I may not like offal, like hearts, livers, brains.
Oh, it's delicious.
There we go. There we go. Perfect example. Perfect example.
Is it
like,
fuck?
I mean, that for me is food hell, right? But I'm not a fussy eater. I will, you know, eat pretty much anything. I mean, even off the floor. But look, different strokes for different folks, man.
So, speaking on all that stuff, have you ever not posted a video because it was so bad?
No.
So every video, you're completely honest. Never been one that you're just like, nah, I can't post this.
I have.
No. Listen, if I've paid my money as a customer, I have the right to post whatever it is that I want, because it's my opinion and I'm sharing my experience. I've never never said to myself, like, I won't do it, because then that flies in the face of what my objective is. So I'm going to give I'm going to give a story, right? So I used to use Instagram to look for places to go, right? And I won't name names. But there was a few big content creators way back when that I used to follow. And I went to a few of the spots that they recommended, and it was bang average. But if you looked at the content...
Come on, tell us what places, like Chick King or...
So...
I saw you slammed that place. I thought that was all right when I went, but you slammed it. No, I didn't
slam it. No. So basically, Chick King, right, apparently I ordered the wrong food, right? So when I went to Chick King... The burger that I got, I don't know why, they diced the fillet, right? And the chicken was so dry, but yet the wings were fucking leng. But I was told, no, you got the burger? Why? No, get the pieces and get the wings. Okay, next time I will go back and I'll get the pieces. Because apparently that is what they're known for. You know, but I got the burger, I got the wings.
But if you like the burger, then you're going to get the fucking burger.
No, but that's it.
You're bowing down to what they do good. Like, if you like the burger, you should get what you want to order.
Precisely why I did what I did.
Yeah, man.
You know, but not because I already, look, I was told after the fact, you should have got the chicken pieces. And I don't take pride or pleasure. I don't go out of my way and go, right, today I'm going to shit on somewhere. I go in there with the most open mind, hoping that I get the best possible food because I work hard and I'm spending my money. You know, so I don't go in there with a negative mindset like I'm going to shit on these guys because it will get views. No, I want to find these little hidden gems where people actually put passion and love into their food. So people that do watch my content flock there. That's what I want to do. My mum, right, used to work her fingers to the fucking bone, right? She used to work 10 to 12 hours a day, you know, in the height of summer, no air conditioning. It's 30 degrees outside. It's 50 degrees in the kitchen, you know, and the product that she would produce was amazing. And that's my inspiration. Like, I want to find these little hidden gems, these independent vendors that absolutely love what it is that they do. They don't just look at it as, oh, fuck it, I'm here to make money. I'm here to make a profit at any cost. Do you know what I mean? And that's, it just so happened that I went to places that were shit, and I just said it in my own way. It was shit, and this is how it was shit, and why it was shit. Because I give a justification. I don't just go, yeah, this coffee shit.
You say why?
I go into detail.
You back it up.
There we go.
Talk to me. Sorry to interrupt, but you said something really. That's a great soundbite for your TikTok, by the way. That right there. You just said something that was. You said with a bit of magic. Then talk to me about your mum's cooking, bro. What's that all about?
You could feel the passion coming through.
You need to dive a bit deeper there, brother.
So certain times, like even now, man, I get a bit emotional because my mum is. She's no longer here, man. And my mom's cooking, obviously everyone's going to say this, but for me, my mom's cooking was the best, man. It was like, you know, a blend of, you know, Middle Eastern, you know, flair with, you know, she would just run rampant in the kitchen. But
you can still taste those flavors now, right?
Oh, I definitely can. Do you know what? Before...
You all right, bro?
You're right.
Yeah, man. Before she passed away, I got her to give me a few of her recipes, and certain times now, man, when I make it up at home and I take my first bite, it's just I close my eyes and it's just like I'm there.
Oh, bless, man.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for sharing it with us, bro. That's sick.
Yeah, man. No, like.
So she'll live on forever with those recipes, bro.
Trust me. Do you know what? I swear to God, like she's forever with me, innit? Like forever with me.
What was her name?
Avis. Big shout out to Avis, Mama Don.
Do you think she'll be watching somewhere right now?
Oh, mate.
She'll be tuned in?
Absolutely.
She's watching your journey or something?
Super proud of you, bro.
Oh, mate. Do you know what? I wish I could take her with her. Like, take her with me, man. But do you know why? And I put her through shit, man. I put her through so much shit. As I said, I was a bit of a dickhead back in the day. And I'm super grateful she began to see the man that I was becoming. But I know she's looking down, and I look forward to not one day asking her, Mama, did I make you proud? Simple.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So that's all we're here for, right?
Amen.
Love that.
Amen.
So what's next for Jon the Food Don? What's next in the pipeline?
Taking over the world, baby. I'm
Come
joking. No, what I want to start doing more and more of is traveling the UK and going to, international, I was going to say food spots, but just going across Europe, but most importantly, actually going to places like the Caribbean, South America. That's what I would love to do, man. That right there is the objective. Where this takes me, I'm going to leave it into God's hands, man. Like, I'm just going to enjoy the ride for as long as it lasts, but also, do everything in my power to make sure it lasts.
I'd like to, if I may, I'd like to see you in the Middle East.
Mate,
what about stripping that right back to where it all began with your mum's style and all those flavors? That could be a mad journey.
Mate, that's it.
That could be even more like fucking crazy. Where was she from, bro? Like what?
So, she originally from Yemen. Yemen originally, yeah. So, my mum came here on holiday, met my dad, who was English, from the Isle of Wight, says it all in the name.
Isle of Wight.
Isle of Wight.
Big
Can't
up.
get any more English
Come
than
on.
that. And yeah, like fell in love, and the rest is history, you know. So, you know, my mum originally being from Yemen, you know, again, she would literally sit there and fucking eat chili after chili after chili.
wow.
Black pepper used to like offend my taste buds when I was a kid. Yeah, so.
You're like, Mum, turn it down. This is killing me.
And the thing is, they're sitting there eating it like Tic Tacs, and they're sweating buckets. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm like, the fuck are you loving about it? You know, so.
So you're not a spice man, then? Wherever you...
Now more and more, yes.
Okay.
I think you could learn to become it a little bit.
Absolutely, you can acclimatise for sure, for sure.
I'm like the king of spice now, and I didn't used to enjoy it at all. I can't eat salt and vinegar crisps, bruv. I'm terrible. Some of the challenges I've had to do on this page, like I've had done the one chip challenge, the death nuts. Some of that stuff has written me off for days.
So I'm going to say this, right? If I can get to 500,000 followers on TikTok, right, and you're hearing this
Yeah,
live and in living colour, right, I'm going to do a fucking hot food challenge. I'm going to be dying, and it's going to be painful, and you're going to be, my toilet is going to hate me. But if I get to 500,000 followers, that's what I'm going to do, man.
Come on.
Sure you don't want to do one now? We got some death nuts in the vat.
No,
I don't think we have actually.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll do it right now then. Yeah.
That would wreck the rest of the podcast. We need milk on tap.
Oh, my God.
We did a podcast, didn't we, with a Ginger Cabbie ages ago. I don't think it ever went out for some reason.
No, it didn't. No.
Must have been that bad. We started off the podcast with like, come on, lads, let's try some of these. And it just wrecked it. 20 minutes of just people spewing up in a studio.
I
like,
still have that footage.
Do you? Terrible. So people don't realise that synthetic chili that they put onto that extract.
Oh, my God.
That you put onto the nuts and these crisps and stuff. It is like, it's like acid on your tongue. Yeah. All right, John, next up. For people watching at home, these foodies, where are these outside of Sam's? What sort of places are really lighting up your taste buds at the moment? Give us some like hot tips of internet places in and around London you've been to recently that you thought were doing things differently.
I'm gonna have to say Poor Boys, man. Like
Oh,
for me,
bless.
mate, I'm sorry. Like Poor Boys is the very definition of comfort food for me. Obviously, you know, Chicken George. Oh, mate, I defy anybody to point out a better, fried chicken spot here in the UK. Middle Eastern foods. Do you know what?
You're getting into new places now. Like you started off with the chicken, like you know.
Yeah.
So you do a couple of pizzas and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the thing is, look, I want to diversify my content as much as I can because you can only go to so many fried chicken spots before your content becomes a bit, stale. And I'm going to more and more places. There's somewhere in Mayfair I'm going to be doing exactly my thing. If I have to vacate and embarrass myself, do you know how many fucks I give right now?
That sounds expensive.
0. But you know what, mate? It's you gotta spend money to make money, as they say. Like I'm happy to spend money on good food, to have a great experience and to create great content that resonates with people. So if I have to, so be it.
Bit of an evolution there.
There we go.
So going back to that, I've got a little tip for you.
Tell me.
So you know how Chris at Chicken George has got that that sort of like head chef class about his work and his sauces and how everything comes together like on a flavour profile really, really exquisitely.
He's a genius.
We've been somewhere else, Ginger Wings in Marlow. I think you'd really enjoy this one. And then watching at home, our content we did that day was really weird. It was the first day they opened and we got the whole menu, which sometimes can water down the video a little bit. I'm going to go back and we're going to eat 2 or 3 things, but I've sent a few people there after and it is legit, bruv. So it's Heston Blumenthal's son. He obviously, I've said his name there, like he's living off his dad, but no, he's a legit chef himself, and he's spent many years working in top restaurants, including the Fat Duck, which is the best restaurant in the world, using techniques, flavors, things, all sorts of stuff that I don't even know. Magic, fucking voodoo magic. And he's turned his hand to chicken wings, bruv. Mate, that for me is like, I think you'll go there and be like, whoa, yeah, I've just eaten something that I've not had before. Like diced pineapple and there's like deep fried mint leaves and there's all this actually like the brisket I think was from the Fat Duck.
Yeah,
like
and he had a roast in a wing as well.
Roast in a wing.
What?
Do you like roast dinner?
Buffalo gravy and
What?
crazy, bro. So I think that for your audience will be a great one. Marlo.
Is he going to give Chris a run for his money, yeah?
I don't think he's quite ready for that yet.
Okay.
It's not run I think, but for like if you want to get excited about someone when Chris bursts onto the scene, and he's a really nice lad, I think that's one to watch, bro. I think your audience would love to see that.
Listen, I'm going to be going there ASAP.
Only thing I didn't like was they served the wings in the full knuckle. If you get that little nib on the end, no one wants to see that shit. I like my wings in the flat and the drum. Like,
Absolutely.
That's how I like to have it. But same time, he did present them nice, didn't he, Callum?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, look, in life, I mean, who wants to see a nib? No one wants to see my
What is?
nib.
What is?
you
It's
know?
like,
Hey.
it's like the little claw at the end, isn't it? I don't know what that is. Get that. I don't want that on my plate, bruv. Get that off the wing.
Get rid of that ASAP. But no, listen, thank you for the recommendation. I will.
That's
be
a good
going
one.
there. Yeah, mate, for
That's
sure.
a good one. On
For
like
sure.
on the that's on the the elite end of everything as well. And the price point is good as well.
Speak to me. I'm going to ask you a question now.
Go on.
Miami Crispy. I'm going to Manchester really soon. I'm going to be going to Chicken Miami Crispy. I've heard mixed things about them, but I want to know Mr. FRC's.
It was good. Really spicy for me. They seem I found it really hot. Like really hot, but it was kind of excitingly hot. Tasty, big. The portion was great. It's different. I don't think it quite had the class of other places I've been to, but it definitely had the vibe. It was cool. I got caught up in the moment, and it is definitely a legend. Like it's packed. When we walked in, it was packed, and it's funny for the video when I was like, "Oh, it's packed," and turned around, there's no one there. It literally, I think it's literally
very busy.
We caught the lunch period. And it was mad. So you straight away, it's building a bit of an atmosphere. You're building up a bit of suspense to it, and it was delicious. I liked it, but I can see how someone will go there and think, "Is this it?" But
Really?
yeah, I think some people have overestimate what they're walking into when they see someone like my review or your review. It's an interesting one.
Again, I think it's
Worth a visit.
Worth a visit. No, mate, I'm 100%
So,
going to go there.
it's a local legend in Manchester. That will definitely get the Manchester scene talking.
For a boss man shop, it's quite good, I think.
Yeah?
I think there's a limit to, not digging out chicken shops here, but there's a limit to like the average chicken shop. Like Sam's is a good one. I think Miami Crispy's up there as well.
Yeah, okay.
But then you have the next level, which is your Chicken George's and stuff like
Oh,
that.
mate,
But that comes with a price point as well,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that's something that I definitely want to share with you guys now, as well as everybody else, because I get asked this question a lot, right? So when I'm comparing places, I'm comparing them to their,
Totally.
contemporaries. I'm not saying
They're in their own league.
Yeah, exactly.
That's in a different league.
There we go. So when
they're
I'm
split, you can't compare them. They're different, aren't they?
absolutely, I'm not comparing McDonald's to say Black Bear Burger.
No.
I'm comparing McDonald's to the likes of Burger King and similar burger joints.
Yeah.
It's the same with Boss Man chicken shops. I'm comparing.
I said this at the beginning of all my reviews. So much, and I don't say it anymore. And people will get in the comments, how can you compare that to that? And I was like, no, obviously it's different. They're in different leagues. You're talking Champions League, and then we're talking the conference. So you can't, it's a different price point. It's a different area. It's a different product.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I mean, look, we're here to inform first and foremost, but we're here to entertain as well. But as I said, just don't lose sight of the fact that I'm going to a Boss Man chicken shop. I'm not comparing it to a Chicken George. I'm comparing it to its contemporaries. So
It's also different up there, isn't it? They like their spicy burgers. They got
The
Florida,
spicy chicken burgers up there are rife, man.
Florida fried
Mate.
chicken as well. It's really ugly shop.
Yeah.
Is it a weird green color? Probably not the cleanest
so
shop
good,
in
so
the
good.
world.
did you go to Phillies?
We didn't. Did we go for it? No, I don't think we did. But yeah, Florida fried chicken was also good. We did that.
They're all different American names, isn't there? It's like
Yeah.
Kansas fried chicken, Miami, Florida.
Florida,
There's
yeah.
loads of different names.
Yeah.
Mate.
It's mad.
Look, I'm going to do a tour of Manchester's fried chicken shops, but I know Manchester are known for their pizza spots.
Yeah.
Really up there as
And you got to try Fat Pat's as well, that little sandwich shop.
Yeah, you have to go there.
Yeah.
But speaking of pizza, you need to go to Bushy.
Mate, it's the moment I got fucking sideswiped by some prick and
In your car.
fucking in my car, dickhead, literally sideswiped me and then drove off. So the moment I get my car back and I'm mobile, listen, bro, the first spot I'm going is Vincenzo's.
Vincenzo's,
Yeah, man, that's
Mate,
wicked.
on it. And I'll be like, yeah.
What sort of pizza do you like? Because for me, I love that style. Now, a lot of people don't. I don't know. I want to put some respect on that style of pizza because I love it. I'm not a fan of the Neapolitan style. I find it too wet, too floppy. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's like this. There's a rise in these fucking twats who've bought horse boxes with a pizza oven and they're dishing out these 8-inch wood-fired slop fest Neapolitan pizzas, and it's like. give me a New York pizza over that all day, every day. I think that the texture is beautiful. The dough comes to life. There's flavour to it. There's character, and I'd love it. So crisp W6 and Vincenzo's for me were like, whoa.
So I'm gonna throw a bit of controversy in. I actually quite like a very well done Neapolitan style pizza.
And a lot of people do.
No, I
a lot of people do.
Because when it's done correctly, you have that lovely like crisp on the outside, very thin, but it's a lovely crisp. But then the dough inside is really spongy, really soft. But the thing is, I think there's a lot of people butchering that art form.
Oh, mate.
Butchering the art form. And it doesn't...
It's ruined it for me.
But for me, I think, traditional Italian stone-baked thin crust pizza, I love. Mate, Detroit's, thick.
But done wrong as well. That's a car crash, bruv.
It is.
It's like trying to eat a mattress. You can't, there's no amount of cheese and sauce that's going to save you from that pandemic of a mouthful. It's
an art form, and I think that's like people that get into the food game, they think they know what they're doing. They think they're going to be bad and bougie, and they're just way in over their head because they haven't learnt their craft. And that's like, I'll bring it back to like content creators. Like, you've got to learn your craft. If you want to be successful at what it is you do, you've got to have a passion for it, but you've got to learn your craft. And it's the same with anybody in the food game. You can't just go, right, oh yeah, I'm an authentic Neapolitan style pizzeria if you haven't perfected that art form.
That's
part
part of the game, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember the one that we did in Paris? It was like the best pizza in Paris.
Fucking
and
no.
it was
That
horrendous.
was awful. No, but that was like, how can we go there and all have the same experience and say it was trash when on every single, I don't know who they're paying, on every single Google review and like every blog, every thing, every sort of outlet that you look at, bloggers, it's number one, raved about. Not only best pizza in Paris, some of them were saying it was the best pizza in Europe. Like, we were so excited to go there.
Oh my God.
And it was, do you remember how awful it was?
Oh, it was shit. It was shit with a capital S.
That's
as simple as that.
And a capital H and
you turn
the
it
rest.
sideways, there'll be nothing left on the pizza.
No, literally like a river. That's why I love the New York style so much. It just honestly, just like, it just works for me, man. Like, I just love it so much. It's done right. It's also, I know it's crisp and it's big, but it's also light and there's so much more character to it in my opinion.
I think that's definitely something I want to venture into more, is like pizzas, for example. Like, really, I'm not a connoisseur, nothing like that. But again, it's just sharing my experience. But yeah, I think burger spots as well, I've done to death. I think for me, one thing I'll ask is, hop into the comment section and just let us know where you would like me to start going, sort of food spots. Because, mate, ethnic food spots are landing in my comment section more and more.
Do you know another thing that blew me away? Like, I haven't spent much time in my life eating sort of your more fancy, high-end stuff. It always felt to me like it was above my pay grade, a bit poncy, like I didn't really understand it. Now doing this food review stuff, a couple of times I've been to got an invite, for example, to go and try this place or this place. And, like, now thinking from a foodie, sitting there, it like blew me away, and I was thinking, wow. And I could then had a newfound respect for these techniques and ways of doing things, which amplified my palate, and it actually blew me away. Like, it's given me a whole nother respect for the higher end of the food scene as well.
Yeah.
I just struggle to review them because I don't feel adequate enough to, how can I review these people they're like literally experts, like it's tough. Until I've earned my stripes, I think, a little bit on the streets, I can then maybe progress down the line. But it's certainly something I'm interested in, trying this top-end food.
Do you know what? I would argue with the point that you just made. I think, do you know what? Like, you are entitled to share your opinion, regardless if I've earned my stripes. Like, fuck that. Who are these people to tell us if we've earned our stripes? We're the customer. Bruv, we have to, like, we're the ones giving you the stripes.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I agree. I mean, probably from a point of view of, like, discussing techniques and flavour profiles and stuff. Like, some of the stuff I've eaten, like, I went to one place, John, it had, like, carrot 3 ways, and it was like, I don't know what I mean. I think I was more from like a confusion point of view. I didn't really know how to even talk about it, let alone what I was eating, brother. I can't give you any critique if I don't know what I'm doing, but I can talk on the flavour. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Point of view. Absolutely. I get that, but I'm just talking from like a understanding of what I'm actually eating. It's not like.
Yeah, no, I totally appreciate, and I totally understand exactly what it is you mean. I think
It's interesting though.
No, it is. I think. Look, I'm used to a certain food establishment, like where I would typically frequent. If I went to somewhere like a Sushi Samba, and I got, like one of their dishes, okay, it's going to be really small, but again, it's going to be no doubt packed full of flavor. The techniques, like you've just pointed out, that they use, are going to be way above my pay grade. But
that one near Liverpool Street. Is that right?
That's the one.
Up
Yeah,
the lift.
Yeah.
That's a mad little spot. That is. They got a what's the breakfast spot there? Duck and waffle as well.
Oh man.
Apparently it's a really good breakfast there.
Apparently it's.
Yeah, I've not been.
Legit. I've not been, but I want to go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do a review.
Apparently, but a lot of people say it's the best breakfast in London. It's 24 hour up. Was it like 40 floors up? Really nice restaurant next to Sushi Samba. It's really cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I've heard nothing but good things. But again, I try not to listen to somebody's negative or positive review. I just want to go there and I want to
experience it
for myself. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man. All right, cool. So another thing I want to talk about, to try and get some, if there's anyone watching this that is a content creator, maybe a little hobbyist, give us some like tips and tricks to your content. Obviously, you've got it in your own style.
Yeah. As do you?
Yeah. Okay. I think, all right, let's rewind a little bit. The reason I'm saying this is you seem to do a lot of collabs and you're mad helpful, so it seems, from the outside, with helping people progress their socials. You're like really open to collabs and stuff. And I think you've sort of got a little reputation now for like someone to go to pick up the next generation of foodies as well, which is cool. But what's your main advice to someone who's looking to progress?
The reason why I do what I do, Matt, is because when I was trying to learn, I was trying to pick the brains of people who were bigger than me, and my pleas fell on deaf ears. So for me, I learned you should never sleep on anybody, especially if they have a passion, because you can tell somebody who has the passion and who doesn't, and they want it for all the wrong reasons over somebody that wants it for the right reasons. So for me, I'm more than happy to help because I didn't have that help. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's almost like I made it my mission. But the one piece of advice I would give anybody and everybody is be your authentic self. Don't pattern yourself over on anybody else because they've already been taken. Just do you. Do it with love, with passion, with conviction, and you will attract your audience.
I think that transcends most aspects of life, to be fair, bro.
It's true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think we live in an age now where people are patterning themselves, to one particular style of beauty, one particular style of thinking, and as a result, it's like if you don't put yourself in these categories, for some reason you don't have an identity. No, fuck that. Develop your own identity. Be your authentic self at all times. And if you don't fit into a box, that's even better. Do you know why? Because again, you're being true to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the only piece of advice.
Yeah. All right, cool. One other question I want to ask, obviously with this...
Yeah, I've got a big dick.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
That was well gay, sorry.
It's all right, mate.
Vaseline.
Yeah. One that was... Right, next thing is... Callum, you well throw me there, bro. I feel like I've gone red. I'm blushing. Callum's making me blush. All right, so... I don't know how heavily you're involved in the commercials with Sam's, but with all this new energy shit going on, our beloved restaurants are closing left, right, and centre.
Yep.
Like, have you seen some of these? Now, this is hard hitting for me as well because we're going through something similar. Restaurants are closing on a mad rate with the electricity, energy prices. Some of these little shops that don't have a gas feed, for example, are just heavily reliant on electric, and some of the fees people are getting are absolutely bonkers. Like I saw a butcher in Yorkshire maybe 2 weeks ago that had like, I think his electricity bill was £5,000 a month, Jesus. And he was having to work 2 extra jobs out. It's his shop, right? But he had to get 2 more jobs in the evenings just so he didn't have to sack anyone in his business, like crazy. Have you felt that here at Sam's, or have you got any stories in terms of some of your shops that you've been having to close for that reason?
Not closing, but
struggling.
Thank God, touch wood. Not necessarily. So what we've had to do to offset the cost of everything going up, like it is, energy, but then it's oil, it's transportation,
it's
it's
scary.
everything. It is scary. is we've had to increase prices, right? And we've done this reluctantly. You know, the profit margins that Sam's make on their food is really, really, really small.
Yeah.
So it's not like we could just absorb it and then go, do you know what, let's wait it out. We waited it out for as long as we possibly could. Luckily for us, there isn't a downswing necessarily. There has been a downswing in profit, of course. Why? Because people are being a bit more frugal with their cash. But
especially in the lead up to Christmas and stuff. But
absolutely. And this is the thing, right? So, you know, as part of social media, you know, campaign, we're doing a 12 days of Christmas giveaway, right? Because I believe, right? We believe as a brand, as a company, that we need to give something back, right? It may not be like we're giving, you know, tens of thousands of pounds, but you know what? We want to, you know, give people, our loyal customers, a bit of a feel-good factor, especially during these really tough times. So, you know, for 12 days, we're giving stuff away, from food to vouchers to merch to everything. But yeah, look, for us, luckily, touch wood, no, we haven't experienced, you know, having to close and stuff. But sadly, we've had to, you know, pass on that cost to the customer. And yeah, hopefully we can, when the stuff cost of, you know, everything goes down, we can, you know, go back to where we once were.
in terms of not just Sam's, John, like, what about any of your? Because you must have built relationships now with other shops.
Yeah.
Has any of them really? Because the ones I've chatted to are really struggling, bro. It's incredible.
Orange Buffalo, mate.
Yeah.
One of. So I know that they've closed, for example, their Tooting branch. They had a one on Argyle Street. They had to close. So they're closing their shops, not because they're doing great, clearly, and it's been a struggle. There have been a few others.
Box shop.
What happened to Box Shop?
They've closed 2 branches of them, I think, for the energy.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
See, I love Box Shop.
It's the reason I think I'll probably come onto this is just that it kind of puts even more emphasis on us to help people as much as we can. I know times are hard for everyone at the moment, but particularly these independents, if they go, man, and we're just going to be left with the supermarkets and that'll be it.
That's the thing. I mean, look, again, I need to make it abundantly clear so people just don't think I'm in this game just to shit on people, right? I want to go and find these wonderful, beautiful little hidden gems where, you know, the proprietor takes pride and, you know, in the food that they serve their customer. And that's my objective, right? I want to find these little hidden gems and point people in the direction of these guys. So now more than ever, you've got to be really delicate, I guess, with the way that you, especially me, critique. But why should we, the customer, show a higher level of understanding to a business when if the business doesn't show an understanding to its customer? Why does a business feel that it's appropriate to serve a substandard product to somebody who is probably struggling to pay their electric bill?
And I suppose in times like this, we'll find out who's the ones that are going to survive, we hope. And
there we go.
I don't know about that.
Go on.
I was just thinking about that. So, the really shit chicken shops, they get stuff really cheap.
Yep.
Sell it for a really cheap price, but they have the footfall. Your hidden gems, your secret people that are spending money on good products, making good products, they're the
maybe
ones that
there's
aren't
those middle ground people.
Yeah, because they're spending too much money and people don't know about them.
So
they're making such a good product, you know what I mean?
What I wanted, so I was keeping this a secret.
That's a good point.
I was keeping this a secret, but fuck it. So I want to start a new series where I am going exclusively to independent, singular location food vendors. So I can spotlight them in the way that they should be. Because look, people like us, we are a advertising and marketing tool. And we have the ability to reach an audience that sadly they may not be able to. So it really, and it again harkens back to my mum, right? She had she managed a very successful independent business, right? Singular location, put, time, energy, effort, pride into everything that she did. And that's why I wanted to create this new series, because these people, like, there's one place that I know of, they're 2 guys, partners, and they work, other jobs like what your butcher friend does to ensure that this place doesn't die, and yeah, for me, I think that's why the inspiration behind this series is number one, my mum. And number two, I really want to shine a spotlight on businesses that just may not be able to have that spotlight shone on them. So it will be, as I said, it will be my privilege and pleasure to do so.
That sounds like a good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. That's the thing. So going to places like Borough Market, going to places like Spitalfields, for example. Yeah, a mass amount of people go there. But like, you know, they go to the same old, you know, tired, you know, footpath, like the same sort of spots. But again, I want to go to places that not many people know of. So these little neighborhood restaurants that serve authentic, beautiful cuisine. That's my mission, to find as many good spots as possible.
Another question.
Go on.
So the really bad places, do they do better than the really good places that you review? If you get what I mean.
In terms of numbers?
So like, yeah, in terms of views.
Do you know what, right? So I've had videos where I vacated the premises several times. I'm on the floor rocking because the food is so good. And they've hit sick numbers. The highest viewed video I had was Binley Mega Chippy, right? And it obviously was a butcher job because the food was shit. It was absolutely fucking shit. But I understood it was a hype, blah, blah, blah. But then I've had videos like One Love Kitchen hit well over 1 million views. And the food was 10, straight 10.
Okay,
so it's a bit of a mixed bag. I think what I'm noticing more and more is if you go to bigger brands or if you go to particular ethnic cuisine spots, right, people want to see that. Do you know, what I'm noticing now is that when it comes to chicken shops, whether you poo on them or you love them, right, the numbers remain the same. But if you go to somewhere off the beaten track, in a particular area, of, you know, whether you like it or you hate it, they get good numbers.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. What's your like favorite place that you've ever done?
Oh,
the best food.
Come on, what a question that is.
God, that's a tough one. I'm going to piss a lot of people off.
Hang on. Is this
That's
like the one meal or the favourite?
His favorite review he's ever done.
Oh,
Like
okay, that's good.
the best food, or like the best place you've been in all the reviews. How many reviews have you done?
Oh, maybe.
Pug shoots coming in with heavy hitters.
250 maybe.
Okay.
I'm not,
So the number one out of the 250. Big question. It's a hard one.
Mate, I'm going to have to literally, right? Oh, this is, right.
Do so many, you forget.
Mate, it's true. So I'm gonna go. So I've got a little list, right, on my TikTok page where I do like the top 10. Where I rate places 10.
So like a playlist.
A playlist. Thank you very much. We got there in the end. Right. I'm gonna search. Oh, hello. Turn that down. Turn that down. Turn that down. Right. Let's go.
Those wondering as well, what device John's on? He's Android.
Absolutely. I love Android.
Up the Android. Come on.
Okay. Do you know what? My straight 10. Mate, it's so hard.
It's a tough
Right,
question.
so right, look, if you put a gun to my head and said, right, pick one, all right, I'm gonna have to
You're
say,
logging this out, bro.
mate, it's so hard. It's so hard. Like, one of my favorite spots that I went to, One Love Kitchen. Oh my effing God.
I don't know. Tell us about it.
Mate, so it's a small independent Caribbean food shop centered around Jamaican cuisine, right? And I got like a selection of things. I got their jerk chicken wrap. I literally jizzed in my pants.
Look like it.
Mate. Right.
Have you seen it?
Not just that face there.
Mate, like, it was really, really nice. And then I got their curry goat rice and peas, fam. It was a wrap. It was literally, I was literally outside rocking, and it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm doing it for the camp. No, bro, I swear to God, right? This was like my genuine reaction with the volume turned way up. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I can't, like, you know, sorry to everybody that I gave a 10 to and I didn't mention, but they just seem to stick out for some reason.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say. Like that one that.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes
the
food
edges.
just like hits you different. You
Oh
know
mate,
what I mean?
and that hit me different. That really hit me different, honestly.
Like
The one that I had that it might not be the best was the Anstruther, the fish bar in the fish and chip shop we did. That actually nearly made me cry. Like it was that fucking special. and it was weird. It like came over me all like strong, like it was that like powerful. It's so emotional eating it. Like really, really cool.
No, it is, mate. For me,
Sometimes it gets you like, doesn't it?
No, it does. But I mean, look, I was lucky enough to grow up in an area where my friends' mums were, you know, cooking authentic Jamaican cuisine, and they were in the kitchen for hours, right? And I swear to God, man, when I was, you could taste the love, the passion put into that food.
It's got depth as well, isn't it?
Mate,
it's not one-dimensional.
Nah, exactly. And for me as well, like I could close my eyes and it would take me back to that point in time. You know, and it's a wonderful point in time where, you know, life is so carefree, you have no real but it's
nostalgic.
Absolutely, very nostalgic. So that's the one place that really sticks out in my mind is One Love Kitchen.
Do you know what though? That's probably the beautiful thing about all of us watching, even people watching at home now. This is what food does for you. We are on a food podcast right now. You're a foodie. Callum is one of the biggest foodies, and so am I, and hopefully you guys are as well. Hence why you're watching this. But food can literally transport you. You know, it might be a niche, but it's the biggest niche in the world. Everyone's got their favourite spot. Everyone loves their favourite meal. Everyone's got their death row meal, their favourite packed lunch. Food, you can have a bite of food and it can transport you back with your mum. For me, it's fish and chips with my dad. Like, I've got special memories of this place or that place. Food is such a special thing. I think that's why that we do what we do.
Absolutely. I think, you know, food is very universal, and it invokes emotion because it can be nostalgic, but it can also make you feel good, make you feel happy, etc., etc. So, you know, to everyone watching, you know, I just want to say like a massive thank you, because this is my passion. Like, I love what I do, and because of you guys, I get to do this on a very regular basis, and I am in the position I am today because of you. So, thank you very much.
Sick.
All right. Do you have any other plans apart from TikTok, like YouTube? I know you've started the shorts. I see that. Any other platforms?
Man's
any
attacking YouTube.
Oh, mate. I really want to get on as many platforms as I possibly can. You know, to get my own, because look, the Don now is a brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to get my brand out there to as many people as possible. Look, I know I'm like Marmite. You either love me or you hate me. And this opportunity right now is a way for me to kind of just show you, look, here I am, no bravado. So you can get to know.
I don't think you've got much. Your bravado just amplified a little bit on camera, but I think you come across in the right way, bruv. Anyway. But anyone that doesn't like it can fuck themselves anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
Listen, a big 2 middle fingers up to anybody that don't like me, because if you don't like me, you don't like me for the wrong reasons, not the right reasons.
You're
you
a
know
cool
what I
guy,
mean?
man. You're a cool guy. I'll spend some time with you. You're a cool guy. Yeah.
I try it, but like, I think for me, like I said, it's, you know, mightily important to show, you know, your authentic self. And when I do my thing on camera, it is me being my authentic self with the volume turned way up. But I think for me, yeah, the ultimate plan, man, is just to see how far this goes. See how far this goes, because I would love to say I have this plan, but then, you know, the universe decides to throw you a curveball, and all those plans, you know, can disappear in a heartbeat. So
those curveballs though they're the best.
They are. Do you know what?
They are the best, bruv. I'm telling you, some of the biggest reactions that we've had have been through curveballs that you wish never came, but now you look back and I'm glad they did. Because like even let me just even some of the losses that I've had in business, you think at the time you think it's a nightmare, but actually it's you're forged in that fire. That heat of hell forges you and makes you stronger. It's like building up scar tissue. It's cool, man. Like, it's the best. So bring it on.
I think for me, one of the biggest challenges that I had in my life was getting out of my comfort zone. And I think that remaining in your comfort zone is the detriment to you unlocking the best version of yourself. But I think, you know, we fear failure way too much. And I think if you understand that you've got to embrace failure to be a success, your mindset will change completely, because it's only through that failure you attain the wisdom you need to go on the path of success.
Absolutely.
And stay on it.
Man, he's getting deep. But you were right. You need to risk stuff sometimes.
Amen. You got to be in it to win it. It's as simple as that. I know it sounds like a little flippant saying, but it's true. If you, as I said, like, you know,
it takes a big deep breath to do. I was going to say to go on camera and do this and that, but no, just to get out of your comfort zone. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a whatever. It takes a deep breath to go. Do you know what? Because you are whatever you're doing, you're putting yourself out there for criticism. You're opening yourself up to hate. Like, oh my God, what's he doing? You're really hanging yourself out to dry sometimes.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people out there with a dream that don't want to get out of their comfortable 9 to 5 or like their set ways. You know what I mean? Sorry.
My bad. I was working in security from 16 to 25. And the reason why I worked in that job so much was because I was afraid to get out of my comfort zone. And I knew, my soul knew I could do more. What? I didn't know. But it was only when I came out of my comfort zone that I, and slowly started my my path. I was like, you know, it led me to this point. Everything happens for a reason. But again, one of the things...
Was there a catalyst for that? Was there like a moment you look back and you thought, fuck this, I'm changing, I'm doing this? Was it literally the lockdown stuff that happened?
Literally the lockdown.
That was the catalyst.
That was the catalyst for me. Do you know what? It literally was like, this is a hobby. Let me see what I can unlock with this hobby. And when I started unlocking this, I was like, let's see how far this can go. You know, and then I got made redundant, you know, during the second lockdown. And that's when I said, right, I'm going to eat, breathe, and sleep this. So from 6 a.m., I would wake up every day, 6 a.m., I would do content creating, I would learn, I would go exercising, and I would not put my phone down until 2 a.m. Sometimes 1, 2 a.m. And I did that for about 6 months. So I ate, breathed, and slept social media, content creation, just so I could perfect that craft and see how far I could go.
We still do that now.
It's only right.
I'm obsessed with this game. I love working late and stuff. Stop watching TV, stop consuming anything other than I very rarely watch any other creators. I just love the craft, love looking at our numbers, love looking at our stuff. We put out so much content. It's like it's a relentless treadmill, but fuck it.
I'm going to say something because, again, I need to give people, like, you know, the people that paved this path for people like me to come on this journey that I'm on. Like, I used to follow you.
Oh, bless, man.
Mate, I used to follow you from, like, I remember I would sit in my office, right, when I was doing the business development side of things, and I would sit and watch YouTube. And there you were, Mr. Food Review Club himself. There was other people like as well, like Fit Waffle, Tom Big Eats, what Al ate. You know, I would watch you guys, and I would be like, oh.
It's funny looking back on that content now. I feel so embarrassed looking at it now to where we've progressed to, but it's kind of cool looking back and seeing how you progressed.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I look at my first video and I look at the style in which I do my current videos. Similar, but like, yeah, I'm like, oh my fucking God, really? Like, did I really? But, you know, but look, in life, everything is a natural progression, isn't it? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, John, let's wrap it up. One final thing. Anything you're trying to push and promote at the moment? I see you got some new T-shirts dropping. Like, this is your chance. Look down the barrel and fucking give them both barrels, mate.
If you want to support my journey, right, and you want me to start traveling all of the UK, Europe, and even the rest of the world, you've got to buy the Leng Leng T-shirts, the Leng Leng jumpers and hoodies, fresh to death. So whether or not you like it Leng Leng, whether or not you're fresh to death, or whether you're the CEO of Vacating, click the link in my bio, purchase yourself something oh so sweet, and support this journey.
Never underestimate how important, as your viewer, those sales to him and his journey are. It's not cheap running around like an idiot doing all this content. Trust me, we know. You need your sponsors. You need your support. We need people like you to big us up and help us with those T-shirt sales. For John will be a big deal and allow him to do more, go further, put out more content which benefits you guys. So, John, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Please pass on our regards to Uncle Sam.
For sure.
Letting us have the shop. Hopefully the audio's all right. We've got Man Deb in the back here ordering chicken, but we're not phased. We're not bothered. Hopefully it's been okay. If you've enjoyed this video, do your thing in the comments. Hopefully we can get back to this again soon. Maybe John can join us again for another video and we can have some more guests and maybe even lock off the shop if Uncle Sam will let us.
I'm sure he will.
Bosh. Thanks for watching, everyone. And that was, well, what episode was that? 5, 4, 6?
I have no idea.
That was another podcast.
See it's Big Daddy B, Pugs and Matt on a mission to find who's got the fastest, freshest food in the kitchen. Different places, different flavours, try different things. Who's the ruler of ribs? Where's the winner of wings? Who's the king of kebabs? Where's the boss of the burger?